People come first, technology is second. Because we rely on volunteers at our church, especially on the production team, having a system that is simple and easy to use and to navigate is extremely beneficial. Pre-Q SYS, it was a lot of trying to create space for a volunteer to be able to maybe dual role, or I was having to run all over the place and make sure that the lobby volume wasn't too loud or the parking volume was loud enough. Since Q SYS, it's created this space of me being able to spend more time with the volunteers and be able to fully train them in other areas like a camera, or to spend time actually listening to what's going on in their life. And so it is giving me more space to do ministry and less work on a Sunday morning.
You got volunteers who walk in, they don't have a lot of tech and production experience, but they have life experience. And so we try to match what we do with Q SYS to the life experience they have to close that gap as much as possible. And then what we've found with Q SYS that's so helpful is the back end is pretty robust to the point where we're not having to fix those problems very often. What we're having to do is just equip our teams with a little bit of knowledge, which then leads to a lesser amount of support needed, which then gets them to the solution they need faster.
One of the things that I like to say is I want to help create a space where volunteers are spending less time on the technology side and more time talking to people. So this room right here is our volunteer EHQ. This is where volunteers will come in. This room just has playlist or live, so they can pick either hearing what's happening in the auditorium, or they can just have playlists from the core that plays in here. And they also have volume and TV control. But they can easily just turn on the TV. They can turn on the sources, live feed. The audio will also follow the routing to it. And then when they turn off the TV, it would actually mute and change the routing back to the way that it was supposed to before for Sunday.
Probably one of the more common things we hear is the need for event spaces outside of like the auditorium, just because that's such a large involved system for Sunday church and everything. And they just want to have a leader night. They just want to have a small youth gathering. We've been able to set up systems in most of our lobbies at these campuses with Q SYS where a touchscreen on the wall gives you preset control of some mics, some playlists, turning on TVs, things like that, where the campus is not having to go set up a bunch of speakers and a sound console and all these things. And so what we've done is then equipped through Q SYS, they're able to do all the things that they want to do and come up with without having to rely on a team that might be a couple states away.
We do use this room as overflow for conferences and stuff. We've also used these rooms as like a merch station, things like that. And the live feed, that's where they'll pipe the live feed from the auditorium into here to be used as an overflow. They have volume control for each thing, including each microphone and the body pack. What's helpful with this is most people that are back here, it's not staff, it's all volunteer ran. So try to make this as easy as possible, because sometimes they may not have a high schooler over here. It may be a mom or grandmother that is running this room, and she's responsible for making sure content's working. And make it as easy as possible has been always the goal, especially as campuses move forward with more volunteers and things like that. We built this so that people that are not level 1 certified, they can come in here. She can go, okay, Shelby area, our tech office. I can raise the volume up and hear it in here. That's just building is so big, and there's so many UCIs, there's so many different zones. It's nice to have this one touch panel that just does everything.